Welcome one and all to another episode of March to Orbit. It is the 20th of March. I hope it's the 20th of March, unless something horrible's gone on. You can see we have our craft that we launched last time that is not going to orbit. It is going to crash down in a horrible fiery fireball in a minute. In fact, we're just going to move away from it straight away. So yes, we had that second stage engine failure, the Scud engine. We're gonna duplicate this. What I would normally be doing if I was doing a proper speedrun is I would actually be putting like our moon mission or something in there and we could start building it. But I am acutely aware of the fact that, you know what, this mission just needs done, and I just want to get it out the way. So we're gonna do it with this anyway. I could change it, but we're not going to just yet. Right. We're going to warp forward nice and quickly in time, and we're going to launch that thing. We're going to get going racey quickly because we do have a time limit on this contract. We're going to actually check it again. If I had Kerbal alarm clock installed, it would tell me exactly how long I have, but I do not have it. So we know that these are going to come up for the 18th of October, which means we have about 5 months left to do this. Okay. I don't think that's time to build another craft. So this is a one-time dealio. So let's roll that out onto the pad. Let's get that done nice and quick. This one I might as well actually kill, but we're going to have to do these two missions anyway at some point. So even if we have to redo them and restart them, we can do that. So there we go. Roll out onto the pad. 23 days is a long time. We do have a lot of money to spend. I know you've been telling me we've now got a lot of money. I know I should spend it. I will. Don't worry. I'm just aware of the fact that, yeah, there's stuff and things to do. And we also have to spend some science because we've only got like 18 days of research left. So let's launch this thing now and get this done. Recover the vital plight, or do all that stuff. Let's get going. Right, we are on the launch pad, and I did not move us into the daytime. That's a silly thing, isn't it? Right. Get rid of that vessel out of the way. So here we are. We are on with our mission again. This is like take two of this. Let's do pretty much exactly what we did last time because that looked as though it was going to go okay. I think, I'm not entirely sure. If this doesn't work, we may actually just change to the new upper stage. It is now available. I just need to pay for the engine, so that's okay. All right, get this thing going, get the engines firing. Let's see what happens. And off we go. Right, we got a clean launch at least, so that first stage is underway. This is where we get to about now and the engine cuts out. No? Okay, well, that's not bad then. We're still going. We're still climbing. Right, so we're going to just power on through this. You know what? I know I shouldn't, but I like to do it. I like to go a little bit faster. That's what we like to do. So there we go. Got 5 degrees over. I'm going to now just hold it just on the marker. And I know I shouldn't. I know it's tempting fate. I am tempting fate by doing it. Physical time warp will kill me. I know it will. So I just need to be aware of that. I need to accept that this is a potential problem. But it's you know, you don't make great strides without taking risk. I mean, you know, how else would we bankrupt ourselves 17 times in an entire series? We're nowhere near where we need to be, so we're going to drop it down to normal speed so I can get a bit more control over this. Again, remember, we're going to 300 kilometers ideally. I'm actually going to turn this right over now. We're out of the thick stuff. We're going to turn it on to 35. It's not a very effective or efficient launch, that, in fact. We went pretty much straight up and had a lot of gravity losses, but we are moving, so that's important. So what we're trying to do is literally just get into that 300 kilometer orbit. That's all we want. Ideally, with a little bit of eccentricity would be nice. Inclination should get there in the end, so I'm not too worried about that. We're going to turn this thing over onto its side now. There we go. Wonderful. We're further ahead than we were last time. I suppose we maybe don't have as much sort of orbital velocity as it would be said, but we're not doing badly. Right, this is now out. We've got 4 minutes. That seems to have been a better launch, but it shouldn't have been, which is a bit odd. I think maybe our surface speed isn't as big as it should be. In fact, it is not as big as it should be. That's a little concerning, actually. I think we might be short. What we'll do is we'll get rid of the fairings there. And is the sun appearing? Oh, the sun is appearing over the horizon. How beautiful. Just enough to not give us any electric charge. Yeah, we're in shadow. Okay, right. So we're going to timey-wimey warp this forward a bit. And this is going to be a nice quick approach to orbit because we've got lots of things to do. If we want to go to the moon, we've got to get going because we can't spend 10 days of flight testing trying to get to the moon, can we? That's just not going to work for us. Right, there we go. That's not bad. Right, now, this is where we had a problem last time. So we're going to decouple. There we go. Right. Make sure that the engines are set to on. Everything is good. We're going to set the heading to 0 degrees. We're going to do that there. Right, everything is good, I think. And we're going to fire. There we go. We get a little twitch around there as the gimbal decides it's going to do something and then come back to us. Right, we're now en route. Wonderful. Now we are going to go past our peak time, past our apoapsis there, but that's not a problem because we can always put a little bit of upwards thrust in there. But to be fair, this engine burns for 50 seconds. It's not a killer, is it? It's not going to be a nightmare. So we could just do a bit of that. Just put a bit of that in. You can see we've still got 2 seconds, 3 seconds to go. We're at thrust to weight of 3 or 4. It's not actually that bad. And then we just pull it up at the last second. So we're not dropping particularly fast there. I could put on the little scale and show myself, but I don't think it's going to be a major problem. We are burning reasonably okay. I don't feel as though we're burning very fast, though, actually. I feel as though the stage is taking longer than I thought it was going to take. Right. Are we going to be anywhere near it by the time? I am concerned that we're not going to actually have the Delta V for this. Yeah, we may be relying on that final stage a little bit more than I really like to. Yeah, I think we're going to be short. I think we might be short. That's annoying. Put it onto 0. Right. Yeah, this is going to be... Is it going to be short, is it? It could be. It could be short. Right, so fire that. Fire that. Fire that. There we go. Right. Now we've got 14 seconds of pure propulsion going on. I think we're going to be short. I don't think we're going to have the Delta V for this. Unless we do a lot at the last second, which I don't think we're going to do. I think we're going to be short by quite a bit, which means we fail that mission. Yeah, I think that launch was just not quite right. I think we just didn't quite have it. We're actually not in much of a better orbit than we were the last time when we actually failed this thing. So we're going to be taking a bit of cash loss on this. So I think the next time we do this, we're going to actually do it properly. We're going to put up the next generation craft. Yeah, I think that's the only way to do it. Okay, so let's go back to the Space Center and we're going to fail our mission. Right, so before we fail our missions, let's actually put some points into science. I think, what do we want to do? Do we want to operate communications a bit? Well, you know what? We're now getting to the point where we're thinking, what's the next steps? What do I actually need to do? See, that's potentially where we want to go to. So I think we go digital communications next. I don't think I'm going to. I'm tempted because it would be 12, 15, 17, 18, be 18 points of science to get to there. And then we could actually send a Kerbal up, but then I'd have to get a Kerbal, I have to train a Kerbal. It's just, what else have we got? What are these engine upgrades? Nothing there grabs me at the moment. This would probably be the next node that I'd be looking at because it has the RDO 109, which would be a nice upgrade, and that's a potential next step. But I think comms. I think I want to go for communication, so we're going to go for that, or we go deep space avionics. That's an option, but I'm not going to take it. We're going to go for this one, and then we'll think about deep space avionics in the future. I would like these would probably help out, but again, we'd have to upgrade some of our facilities to even get them. So that's a thing we're not going to really worry about right now. Right. Next thing, we are going to scrap that. I think, yes, I am going to scrap you. Yes, I'm scrapping you. Yes. Right, and we're going to go in there, and we are going to load up, if I can remember what I actually called it. That would be a problem, wouldn't it? The B. Gamma 1B. Yeah, we go. Right. So, what are we doing with this? We have a lot of Delta V on this thing, actually. Take that off there for a minute. I am quite happy to get rid of that straight away. There we go. And I'm quite happy to check the avionics on this first of all. What's my avionics limit? My avionics limit is 8 tons, and this mass is under 8 tons. Good, wonderful, perfect. I could actually even change the avionics in there. It's old avionics, so we could change it. So then we need to put some sort of solar panels on this. We know what we will need, so we can put them on straight away without even looking. Right, we need 4 of them. There we go. And you know what, I'm tempted just to keep them as they are. You know what, let's just do that. Let's just keep them as they are. Let's not mess around with them. Any excess electric charge is a bonus, not a big problem for us. Pull that up there, move them upwards a bit so they're not in the way, and then pull them out again so they're not catching on each other. There we go, wonderful. That looks just as horrible. It looks like it's got a Cadbury's cream egg. For those of you who are not in the UK, there you go, Cadbury's cream egg. Those of you who aren't in the UK, you have no idea what I'm probably talking about. So yeah, but that's what it reminds me of. I knew there was something it was reminding me of. Right, I'm going to pull this up. Not like that. Now, the advantage of this engine, although it has a lot less thrust than our previous one, the Scud, because it burns so much longer, we don't actually have to have a coast stage. We can just do it. We can launch this thing. In fact, you know what? Why have I got such a long thing there? Let's just bring it down a bit more. That's too far. There we go. That's okay by me. Can we now attach that there? Wonderful. Now, I might have actually gone too far with it, but we'll find out. Pull that up to that. There we go. Look at that. That looks just perfect, doesn't it? I mean, there's not at all a problem with that. I can see that getting caught already. I think that is going to be the I don't know what we're calling it. The A3 minus. Yeah, it's the A3, but without the fuel tank. There we go. That's what we're calling it. Right, we're going to tool this. Tool all is going to cost me not much at all because we've done tooling of this size, diameter, and everything already. And I will, again, that launch site thing has appeared. It's something down here I keep hovering or clicking on that's causing it. We'll do, let's see, engine goes, that decouples, that decouples. I want my engine to fire there. Then that's going to go off. That's going on. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that should be okay. So we're going to save that and we're going to launch 2 of them. Oh, 20,000 funds for that engine. That's something we have to pay for. We also have money about to be lost. Right, let's have a look. So we're looking at, that's a long time to build them, isn't it? I should really spend money on upgrades, but you know what? I can't be bothered, to be honest with you. To be fair, we're going to get to a point where this series, it doesn't really matter. Money is not going to be a major issue. Can I actually do this now while I'm thinking? I can. Good. Okay. Whopper to complete. Is there anything else I can build while I've got cash? Let's take that as well. Is there anything else? How much are you? I could put you in. For upgrade, but I don't want to. Digital tech is going to be researched. That's good. We've got such a low build speed that our research is more than completing by the time we need it to. I've got 4 minutes. All right. Can we launch this thing in 4 minutes? That's the question. We've now lost. Have we lost those 2 contracts? We should have lost them by now. Have we not? Have we not failed those contracts? Yes, there we go. They're now back. They didn't cost us much, did they? Oh, because it's only the advance that we're losing. We're not losing the rest of it. Okay. So it's actually nowhere near as bad as I thought it was. Okay, that's fine. Right. Let's pop back out of there. I think we're gonna go for it because you know what, we've got the money for it. I'm being a bit throwaway with money now, aren't I? That's not a good idea, but we'll do it. Right. Let's launch this thing. Recover and go. Right, I would like to do this quickly, so we're gonna try and do this before the episode ends, and it's going to be tight because I've got 3 minutes. So you know what that means? That means I have to launch straight away. There we go. Fire that engine. Get going. Off we go. Launchy, and I have to also go into physical time warp because that's the only way that I'm actually going to achieve this. So we're gonna start our turn nice and early and do that like so. Right. Bring up our missions again. So we want to go 300. We want to go circular. We want to go at between 85 and 95 inclination. That's not a problem. We should be okay with that. We're going to really ramp the time warp up once we get onto our second stage because we can actually just do that. I may even let the clock stop and I may just finish this because you know what, some of the scene transitions, you know, they take too long sometimes when you get quite far into the playthrough. I say quite far, we're in orbit, you know. They start to build up. I would hate to do this with a longer play. Maybe I'd have to stop the clock with longer plays. I don't know. Right, there we go. We're up to a reasonable... Again, that was a very abrupt launch. I think we lost a lot of delta V on that launch. So we will have to see. There we go. Turn that over. Full power sideways. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Come on, burn out. There we go. Next one going. Wonderful. Let's get rid of that fairing. That's it. Perfect. All right, we are upon our way. Let's get some more speed up. I'm actually going to... Yeah, I think we can just sit it like that, can we? Yeah, and we can go to 0 now on this. Our inclination is high enough. We can just sit on the 0 heading and do that. And we can just if we've got 3 minutes until we actually hit it, we can just do that. Actually, put it on 4 times physical time warp. This is going to be a bit of a breakneck one. Let's have a look. I can't really see that properly. 4 minutes. Okay, this is a long burn on this, so we are going to be beyond. Now, this is interesting to see our thruster weight after 2 minutes is at 1. So the first 2 minutes are basically we ain't able to keep our own weight up. So that's good to know. We can think about that in future when designing things. But again, we're doing okay. We've got, what, 3 minutes there, 1 minute until apoapsis. It's going to be okay. We may end up having to burn upwards a bit, but we've got more than enough delta V to put this thing into orbit, so that's fine. The important thing is we've got to have positive energy balance. I suppose this is taking a lot of energy right now. What's it actually looking like? It's eating itself. We've got all of our instruments running as well, so there's that situation. Of course, going polar, we should be getting some additional science out of this thing as well, which would be really nice. We are now past our apoapsis. We're going to put a little bit of upwards in. I'm actually going to slow it down because we're about to end the episode as soon as this thing does anything. Yeah, we're about 3 seconds behind our apoapsis now. I'm going to try and catch up a bit. Let's do a bit of that. And then I'm going to pop it down to 0 again. And let it just go. Right. So this should now circularize for us. And then we're going to cut it out when it gets to a reasonable altitude. I don't think I have a limit on anything, do I? We can go as far as we can if we want, I suppose. Nothing's stopping us. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the perigee. That's the one thing I was looking at, the perigee. Just made it. Oof, that was lucky, actually. I'm glad I kept burning there. I hadn't looked at the perigee properly. Right, we're going to decouple. And then we're going to just let that warp away. So, from me, until next time, have a great one.